Detachment is not coldness. It is not indifference. It is not the absence of love or care or passion. Detachment is power. Niccolò Machiavelli, the man so often misquoted as ruthless, understood something very few dare to admit. The one who controls himself controls the game. The one who is not easily shaken, not easily seduced by flattery, not easily angered by insults, that person is untouchable. Why is detachment so irresistible? Because it communicates something rare in a world of desperation: freedom. Most people cling. They cling to relationships, to money, to validation, to appearances. They fear loss as if it were death itself. And in their fear, they become predictable, weak, easily controlled. They reveal their desires too openly. And once you reveal what you cannot live without, you give others the key to your chains. Machiavelli would tell you, the moment you show need, you have surrendered power. Detachment, therefore, is not the absence of desire. It is the refusal to be enslaved by it. It is the art of wanting without needing, of caring without depending, of giving without losing yourself. Think about it. When someone does not rush to impress you, when they do not beg for your attention, when they can walk away at any moment without collapse, don't they suddenly become more alluring? This is why lovers chase the aloof, why employers promote the self-assured, why enemies hesitate before the calm strategist. Detachment creates mystery, and mystery creates desire. Machiavelli knew that human beings are drawn not to what is available, but to what is scarce. If you make yourself too easy, too eager, too obvious, you lower your value. If you remain detached, you become the prize. This does not mean arrogance. True detachment is quiet confidence, not loud pride. It is the calm presence of someone who knows, I can live with you, and I can live without you. That balance is magnetic. That balance is irresistible. Even in politics, Machiavelli advised rulers never to show too much dependence on advisors, allies, or even the people's affection. A ruler must be respected more than he is loved. And respect comes from detachment, the ability to make decisions without being swayed by fear, manipulation, or emotional blackmail. In relationships, the same truth applies. If you attach yourself too tightly, if you orbit another person as if your world depends on them, you smother them. But if you remain centered in yourself, if you maintain your independence, you draw them closer. Ironically, it is detachment that allows for deeper love, because only the detached can love freely. The desperate cling, the detached choose, and choice is the essence of freedom. When you embody detachment, you show the world that your soul cannot be bought, your peace cannot be stolen, your heart cannot be manipulated. You are not desperate for anyone's approval. You are whole within yourself. That wholeness, that self-sufficiency, makes you a force others cannot ignore. It makes you mysterious. It makes you desirable. It makes you untouchable. As Machiavelli might whisper across centuries, he who depends least rules most. Detachment is not about withdrawing from life. It is about entering life without chains. It is about loving without begging. desiring without clinging, caring without losing yourself. And when you live that way, the world cannot help but be drawn to you.
There is a strange paradox in life. The more you cling, the more you repel. The more you release, the more you attract. Machiavelli saw this truth not just in love, but in the very fabric of power. He understood that the world bows to those who are least desperate. Ask yourself, what makes a king a king? Is it his crown, his gold, his armies? No, it is his aura of independence. Even if stripped of his throne, he carries within himself a dignity that does not beg, a presence that does not collapse. Detachment is the silent crown you wear within. It whispers, I am complete. I will not be enslaved by desire, nor destroyed by rejection. Think of those who chase relentlessly, who beg for attention, who drown in jealousy. They burn with a frantic fire that consumes them. And yet, the ones who remain calm, the ones who do not chase, the ones who can sit in silence without needing, they are the ones the world circles around. Why? Because detachment is rare, and in rarity lies power. Machiavelli wrote of appearances, of masks, of controlling perception. He knew that the masses are guided not by truth, but by impressions. And what impression is more powerful than that of the unshaken soul? The one who stands tall while others collapse. The one who smiles while others panic. The one who can love deeply yet never lose themselves. Detachment is not numbness, it is discipline. It is the ability to master your inner storms so that no external wind can shake your foundations. People sense this, they feel it in your presence. The detached man or woman does not need to speak loudly. Their silence already speaks volumes. It says, I want you, but I don't need you. And that, more than anything, ignites desire. The world chases what it cannot easily have. And when you embody detachment, you transform yourself from seeker to sought after. But here is the deeper secret Machiavelli would hint at. Detachment frees you not only from others, but from yourself. It frees you from your own weaknesses, from your impulsive cravings, from the childish demand that life bend to your will. You no longer live as a slave to fleeting emotions. You rise above them, and from that higher ground you command respect. In war, in politics, in love, the detached always have the advantage. They can wait while others rush. They can think while others burn with passion. They can choose while others beg. This is why detachment makes you irresistible. It is the scent of freedom. It is the mark of strength. It is the aura of someone who belongs fully to themselves. And deep down, every soul longs for such a person, not because they want to own them, but because they want to stand near their fire. So, let this be your creed. Never beg, never cling, never lose yourself in the storm of desire. Love, but love freely. Care, but care from strength. Desire, but never kneel before desire. For when you master detachment, you do not chase the world begins to chase you.
Most people confuse attachment with love and detachment with cruelty. But the truth is sharper, more subtle, more dangerous. Machiavelli would have laughed at this confusion, for he knew the one who cannot detach cannot rule himself, and the one who cannot rule himself will always be ruled by others. Think of attachment as chains. Chains made not of iron, but of invisible threads. Fear of loss, hunger for validation, thirst for attention. They wrap around your soul slowly, until one day you realize you cannot move without someone else pulling the strings. Detachment is the breaking of those chains. But here is the paradox. Once you break them, you do not lose love, you find a purer form of it. A love that is not needy, not suffocating, not manipulative. A love that flows freely because it is not trying to possess. This is why detachment makes you irresistible. Because when you are detached, your presence does not demand, it invites. It does not suffocate, it breathes. It does not beg, it shines. Machiavelli taught that humans are drawn to strength. Not always physical strength, but strength of will, strength of character, strength of spirit. And nothing reveals inner strength more clearly than the ability to remain calm when others would break. The detached person is like a fortress. Walls high, foundations unshaken. You may admire them, desire them, even long to conquer them, but you know they cannot be easily entered, and this makes them all the more desirable. Have you noticed? The people you chase the hardest, the ones who seem just out of reach, are the ones who haunt your mind the longest. Why? Because scarcity awakens pursuit, and detachment creates scarcity. It says without words, I am not desperate, I do not belong to anyone, I belong to myself. This energy is magnetic. It makes people wonder, what is inside them that makes them so complete? What secret do they carry that makes them so unbothered? And the truth is, the secret is nothing outside of you. It is the mastery of yourself. Machiavelli advised princes to never reveal their full intentions, to keep others guessing, to maintain control through unpredictability. Detachment is the same principle applied to the soul. You do not reveal your desperation. You do not throw your heart at the feet of those who have not earned it. You remain a mystery, and mystery is the seed of power. When you are detached, rejection does not destroy you, failure does not define you, and betrayal does not chain you. You bend, but you do not break. You feel, but you are not consumed. This makes you untouchable, and the untouchable is always irresistible. But detachment is not something you wear like a mask. It is not pretending not to care while secretly drowning in obsession. That is not strength. That is self-deception. True detachment comes only when you realize nothing outside me can complete me. Nothing outside me can define me. I am whole already. From that place, you can love deeply, but never desperately. You can give, but never collapse. You can desire, but never lose yourself. This is the highest freedom a human can achieve, and the deepest magnetism you can radiate. So remember Machiavelli's unspoken lesson. The world bends not to those who shout the loudest, but to those who need the least. Detach, not to escape life, but to taste it more freely. Detach, not to stop loving, but to love more purely. Detach, not to be cold, but to be unshakably warm, even in the storms of fate. And when you embody this, you will no longer run after the world will begin to run after you.